You're mine, mine. You're mine, mine. You're mine, mine.
You are now tuned into Philly's Morning Joe with your host, Joe Castro. Now, you might not like us, but we know you love us. So grab your cup and get ready to talk some Eagles. Go Birds.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know. How do I start this? The boys, we just got our butt whooped, man. The Eagles just got our butt whooped yesterday. I'm still kind of recovering. My voice is still coming back. We got our tails whooped, bro. That was bad. All right. Look, it's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco. Philly the podcast. Philly's Morning Joe. Jalen Hurts said something. I had to make a shirt of it. So what? What now? What do we do now? You're facing adversity. You got your tail whooped. We all knew it was going to be a rough game, not having A.J. Brown, not having Devontae Smith, not having Lane Johnson, not having Britton Covey. I mean, there was a lot of injuries, but you never want to go out there looking that bad. I know that there's going to be conversations about coaching, which I already see. I know there's going to be conversations about Jalen Hurts. I know there's going to be conversations about this defense. And in all honesty, everybody is on the hot seat right now. I truly do believe that. Starting out 2-2 isn't the worst thing in the world. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, you're going to have to play, what is it now, two games that we had to play without A.J. Brown, 2 games without Lane Johnson, I guess, and then, basically a game and a half, I guess, without Devontae Smith, I would probably be okay with 2-2. But when you start looking at everything involved in it, when you start looking at the turnovers from Jalen Hurts, when you look at the unpreparedness, the lack of preparation, what I don't know, I'm not an English major, but the lack of preparation from this head coach, the admittance of I didn't have my guys ready. Guys needed IVs after the game. Reed Blankenship left the game because he couldn't handle the heat. This, I understand, and I live in Tampa, so I get it. It was very, very hot. It was brutal out there. I'm not going to lie to you. What happens when you go to Denver? Can you not play in Denver? Is the air too thin for you? Is that what's going to happen? What happens when you go to, I don't know, you're going to go to Arizona. It's hot out there. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do out there? Seattle, it rains a lot. Are you not going to be able to deal with that? Is weather really going to be your excuse? That's literally no excuse to me. This team looked bad. This team looked really, really bad. Cooper DeJean looked like, they looked like my boy on punt return. They looked like they did not want my boy going out there and starting. I mean, there's going to be some changes. There has to be. There's going to be some changes with this Eagles team, and there has to be. And it starts with the coaching staff. It really does to me. Yesterday, I was very upset. And yesterday, I probably said fire Nick Sirianni about 1 million times. But after, really sitting down thinking about it, is it that easy? Because when you look at this Eagles team, right, and I want you to take Nick Sirianni out of the equation. I want you to look at the Eagles team for the past, we'll say 10 years. We'll say 10 years, right? I feel like I've been saying the same thing. I feel like I've been saying our defense is too soft. I feel like I've been saying our offense doesn't run the ball enough. I feel like I've been saying that our players aren't tough enough. They're soft at times when they get criticized. I feel like I've been saying the same thing over and over again. So, and there's been different players, right? It's been different coaching staffs. What's the constant? Howie Roseman. That's the constant right now. Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie. It might be a culture shift time. It might be time to really look at your culture and say, is this buddy stuff really going to win us a Super Bowl again? When we won a Super Bowl, we had a bunch of veterans. And that's another thing you can look at. We are a young team. We are an inexperienced team to some degree. But, when we won, we had a bunch of veterans that kind of ran the team. And, shout out to James. James is already in my inbox. We're going to do Best of Enemies tonight. If you're watching, James, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm not ignoring you. But he brought up something last week, and it didn't click with me until my girl was telling me on the way home, and she was like, maybe he was right. He said it straight up. He was like, maybe they are just too friendly with Nick Sirianni. Maybe the buddy-buddy system isn't necessarily something that works. Maybe they feel like they have too much say. Maybe they feel like their coach doesn't really do anything. I don't know. Maybe you need a disciplinary, but you have a disciplinary in Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio's more of a just straight, this is how it is, this is how it's going to be type of guy, and he's not working on the defense. So I don't know if they talked to him prior to coming to Philadelphia like, hey, this is what we do. We're a soft defense. Keep it that way. I don't know. I really don't know, but shout out to everybody already in the chat, man. Let's get to these comments, man. We got Viper in the building. What an embarrassing game. You ain't wrong. Carlos Holloway was going on. Kataya's mom was going on. We have serious coaching issues. We do. And it starts and ends with preparation. It's the fundamentals. That's what's killing me. Is that it's broken it's missed tackles, not even broken tackles. It's missed tackles. It's penalties. It's, just the fundamental stuff. The coaching staff not realizing let's build the pass off the run. I saw a crazy stat today. When Jalen Hurts runs the ball more than 9 times, we're 23-3. What? Well, I thought you were an analytic guy, Nick. When Jalen Hurts runs the ball 9 or more times, we are 23-3. I believe is the stat. Correct me if I'm wrong. What? The last time we beat the Bucks, we ran the ball, I think, like 40 times. I thought you were an analytic guy, Nick. Come on, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. What's going on? Carlos says, hope everyone's doing well. Shout out to anybody that's, I believe it's Carolinas and Atlanta, got hit crazy with that hurricane. So if you're listening from out there, first of all, stay safe. God bless. I'm praying for you, and I know everybody else is, man. But yeah, shout out to anybody out there, man. I really, really hope you guys are all right. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a crazy, crazy couple days with weather, man. I just came out of a hurricane. If you're on Twitter, you probably saw the video of my whole parking lot flooded. So it's been tough for a lot of people, man. I got a lot of people in my prayers. Kataya's mom said knew that last year. Yeah. Berto says, what up, Joe? Hope you're feeling better. I'm good. I'm all right. It is. Well, I don't feel better. I'm going to be real with you. I don't feel better. I don't at all. Why can't we find a decent coach? My question, and again, what would a good coach look like? We won with Doug Peterson, and then Doug Peterson looks cooked too. So I really don't know what we are. I don't know who the Eagles are. And for the Eagles, for Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni to basically say they don't know what their identity is, it's a slap in the face, because I know what your identity should be. What it could be, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Are the Eagles cooked? I don't know, man. Benaya Koo says it's going to be a long season if Nick Sirianni is still our coach. Fire him and promote our OC as our head coach. All right, I want to talk about that. Shout out to Benaya. I hope I'm saying your name right. Let's get you a moderator. Let's get you a wrench real quick. Who would it be? Let's say we come out of the bye. We have some easy games. I really do believe, I think the hardest game we have in the next 4 weeks are the Bengals. So, and they're really, they've been kind of up and down this year, more down than up. But if you come out of the bye week and you start losing some games, right? Let's say we're 2-4 after the first 2 games out of the bye week. Do you promote Kellen Moore? Do you promote Vic Fangio? I do not want Vic Fangio as our head coach. I don't think I want Kellen Moore, but the whole thing is are they going to get any say? Because that's really where I am right now. We all say, oh, this is Nick Sirianni's offense. I feel like this is Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman's offense. I feel like this is what they want. This isn't necessarily just, and yeah, Nick Sirianni definitely calls some plays. He has a finger on what kind of happens game day. But I think this is what Jeffrey Lurie and Howie want. They want a team that can pass the ball 30, 40 times and win games. And we're just not built like that, unfortunately. Jalen Hurts is not that guy. He just is not. He is what he is, and he's a very good player, but he is not a guy that's going to go out there and be Dan Marino. He's just not. So maybe you need to go and find yourself a quarterback that is that, and because you're wasting Jalen Hurts' talents. And Jalen Hurts does look slow. Jalen Hurts looks like he doesn't. It looks like he wants to prove that he can be a quarterback. That's what it looks like to me. Sometimes it looks like he wants to prove he can throw the ball. It looks like he's not even afraid to run the ball. He just doesn't want to. He's just like, I don't want to have to do this. No, go out there and run the ball. Go out there and be you. Go out there and be you. I don't know. Hello from Seattle. What's going on, Eagles brother? Fire Nick and hire Taylor Swift. I mean, I don't know who they gonna hire. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know if it's Taylor Swift, but it'll be cool halftime shows, I guess. I don't know. Smitty got assaulted and no flag that game. Yeah, that was just. How do you not use tight end and Saquon against the team poor versus the run? We have such a hard time against the Buccaneers, and I think that it's Nick. I think that it's Nick gets scared to run the ball against them. He sees a certain front and just gets afraid to run the ball against them, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. Was it Jason Kelce that said they just gotta stop being afraid and just unleash Saquon Barkley early? It's true. It's the truth. Eagles should have fired head coach in off season, hired Mike McDonald, Ravens DC coordinator, as their head coach. I don't know what I would want as a head coach. I wouldn't mind a defensive-minded coach, but the Eagles, I feel like we fall into a category where our offensive coordinator does good and then we lose them, and then we're in a 3 or 4 year lull of trying to figure out what we're going to do. Because this is the same thing, in my opinion, that happened with Doug Peterson. He couldn't replace his coordinators, and he wasn't doing much, so we moved on. Like, so I don't know. It definitely could. I don't know. Eagles are in serious trouble. Who are the leaders on this team? Jordan Mailata, nope. Hurts, nope. Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, we're a young team. I will say that. We are a relatively young team, but you're right. We need to figure out what we're going to do. And I saw you say dream team. I don't think that this is even close to that. I mean, we have a lot of young players. We have a very good future, I feel like. But you got to figure out some spots, man. You got to figure out edge rusher. I don't understand how you just give up. How you just gave up on edge rusher. And I think it was Baldy that put out, little film work on Bryce Huff and how they're possibly misutilizing him. So that's on the coaching staff. That's on Vic. That's on, this team not doing what they need to do and getting these guys in the right position. So I don't know. What's up, Bird Gang and Philly Joe? What's going on, Dana? What's going on? 24-0 in the first half. 3 and out first quarter. Yeah, I mean, you got to put a lot of onus on that defense, though. We were down 14-0 before we had like a full drive, it felt like. Yeah, I think we had like 4 or 5 plays, and we were already down 14-0. Like, there's not much you could do. I mean, what are you supposed to do in that situation? We knew that this offense was going to struggle. I'm not surprised that the offense struggled. I'm really not. It was a game in the second half. In the beginning of the second half, it was a game. Like, we would have scored. We would have went down the field and scored on that drive. We would have been right in that game, but we didn't. And it just became, it just basically ended after that. So, performance was awful. It definitely was. Any defense will suck if they are on the field too much. You can't keep slinging the ball 40 yards and going 3 and out, run the ball to set up the play action. No, that was on our defense. There's no excuse for that defense. There is no excuse for that defense. They were missing tackles left and right. There was no excuse for that defense. That junk was bad. Defensively. And I will say, I mean, I know Nick is getting a lot of flack for how he answered, with the whole, we only had 9 plays. Saquon Barkley ran it. I mean, he's kind of right, though. You're down 14-0. How many times are you gonna run the ball? Like you got, especially when you're in second and long, third and long. I will say on first down, maybe you should just be a little bit more predictable and just run the ball and see what you get. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't have your wide receivers. But I mean, to a certain extent, he is kind of right. I mean, we were in a bad situation from the jump from that game. I miss having a solid defense too. Trust me, I do as well. There's no game plan. It's the same every week. Head coach likes playing hero ball and slinging at 40 yards for big plays. He hates to run it. And how much of it is on Jalen? I mean, we know Jalen's changing plays. I know Jalen Hurts is calling plays at the line. He's calling audibles. How much of it is just Jalen thinking he's seeing something and changing the play to a pass play and then he's wrong? How many times is that? I would love to know that. I would love to know that. Jalen looks disinterested yesterday. One of Jordan Mailata's worst games in his career. Not having Lane Johnson was huge. I mean, he's just a vocal leader. He's a guy that gets everybody in the right spot. It was tough. Hurts not that dude. I disagree. Look, I think that he can be. He's a certain type of player. He's a certain type of player. I mean, as simple as that. And he's still young. He's still very young, so it's not like he can't, get better. And I think he will get better if you put the right people around him. And I'm meaning coaching staff, I'm not even meaning players. I'm meaning coaching staff. If you put the right guys around him, I think you'll be good. I think he'll get better. He'll continue to learn how to read defenses, continue those pre-snap reads. He'll get better. I mean, a lot of people like to talk junk and say Dak's the great, he's this, he's that. Dak wasn't what he is now when he first started in the league. And he definitely he wasn't what he is now in year 5, 6. He wasn't. He just wasn't. He got better as a passer. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So he has time. I'm not going to just throw in the towel on Jalen Hurts. I'm just not. You all miss James Bradbury. CGJ is clearly not a safety. Could Bradbury play worse than Chauncey? Chauncey just gives up way too many. He gives up way too many big plays. He misses way too many tackles for me. Get Steichen. I mean, they're not looking that bad. They're not looking that good, I should say. So, especially, that was crazy. How do you have your quarterback come off the field limping, and the first play you call for him when he goes back on the field is a QB run? Like, that makes no sense. Dream Team 2.0. Commanders fans are laughing at the Dotson trade. How is this Dream Team 2.0? I just don't get it. I think that's a terrible take. But hey, I sent Nick an Eagles coaster like I sent you, except I wrote run the damn ball on the back. Yeah, I like that. When you run the ball, you keep the opposing offense and your defense off the field, which helps keep your defense fresh. I agree. Don't get me wrong, but we were already down 14-0 after like two drives. So, I mean, it wasn't helping, making a long drive at down 14-0, down 21-0. I mean, yeah, it gives your defense rest, but they were even when we scored, they were still giving up plays. Like, our defense just was not good. Brian Pumper says, I could fight Jalen Hurts right now. We're running there for the fair ones. I'm with you, man. I called it a total team loss, all phases outside of the block kick for 2. Yeah, I agree, Marvin. I agree 100%. Everybody lost that game. Also, any reason why Devin White isn't playing? Devin White needs to he needs to go. He needs to go. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all saw this on Twitter, but I put it on Twitter as well. He retweeted when we fumbled the ball. He retweeted when Levante David got that strip sack. Like, he retweeted it and then deleted it. So, bro, if you don't want to be here, if you'd rather be somewhere where they wanted to basically ship you off, everybody told you, literally, every Bucs fan told me he was trash. Every Bucs fan told me he held them back. He was this, he was that. He ain't the same guy. If that's where you want to be, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, go there. Go be a free agent. Because that's where you were before us. I would call any team. You got a 7th round pick. You got a fridge air. You got a little USB fan I could get real quick. You got any Prime energy drinks? Because apparently we can't deal with the heat. You got any Prime energy drinks? Maybe we could have some of those. I mean, we need some hydration, some electrolytes. That's what we need. So go ahead and give up on it. I'm done with all the softness. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because it was Isaiah Rodgers that went online and said, oh, have you ever messed up at your job? We humans. Why are you talking junk? Why are y'all on us? Because we're fans. Bro, we spend mad money on this game. I spent $60 on beers at the game. $60. This hat cost me $40. This couch cost me money. My jerseys cost me money. Bruh, we put time, money, and effort into this team. So we are going to complain. Whenever something goes wrong, we are going to complain. And right now, we have every right to be upset because it looks like y'all are soft. It looks like y'all do not want to play. It looks like y'all scared to tackle. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will come on here and I will say, hey, I'll shut up. And y'all know I will. Y'all know me. I will come. I did it with Jalen Hurts. I was very skeptical of Jalen Hurts. Once he started proving me wrong, I was shut. I was shut. Prove me wrong. Prove me that y'all not soft. Prove to me that y'all willing to tackle, and then I'll shut the hell up. Promise you. I promise you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 36 people in the chat. I made this shirt. Y'all think I should make some more? So what? What now? So what? What now? What we gonna do now? Y'all think I should make some more? I kind of like this. I think I'm gonna make more, at least for me. So if y'all want some, let me know. Maybe we'll make some more. I do want to say quick. Y'all know that I am part of Fox Sports, The Gambler, Philadelphia. We've been killing it, y'all. We've been bringing some great content. And one show that I'm very, very excited about, and I'm gonna keep on plugging it every Monday morning because it happens Monday night. And maybe if I keep plugging it, Trey or Todd will call me up and be like, Joe, come on down to Chickies and Pete's. Let's do a live show. So go on over to either, if you're in Philadelphia, go on over to Chickies and Pete's, see them live. Or go on our YouTube channel, go on iHeartMedia, The Gambler, Fox Sports, The Gambler. Look us up anywhere. At 7:30 every Monday night, we have Todd Harrimans and Trey Thomas. Last night was a game yesterday, I should say, was a game I want to hear from two Eagles greats. What the heck happened? That's what I want. I want these two Eagles greats to tell me what happened. So I'm excited to hear this one. So definitely go check that out, man. Shout out to my guy Todd Harriman, Trey Thomas. Shout out to everybody over at Fox Sports, The Gambler. A lot of fun. You'll probably hear me over there this week now that we're not under 5 feet of water. But I wanted to let y'all know that. Definitely go check that out. I appreciate if y'all do. I really do. I appreciate if y'all did. All right, let's get back to the comments. If it wasn't for Saquon saving Hurts and Sirianni, but we could easily be 0-4 right now. JC, so cool. You ain't wrong. Shout out to snap. We got a super chat in the building. Shout out to Dana Scott. She said Seth Joyner said that tackling is either taught or tolerated, period. I like that. I actually like that a lot. It's very true. It's very true. I mean, and that's why I say I put a lot of the onus. It starts with the coaching staff. Your team cannot be unprepared every single week. Every single week, it feels like you can't get started. You can't start slow every single week. It's just not a recipe for success. And you're right. It's either taught or it's tolerated. And right now, it seems like it's tolerated. It seems like people are just being soft, man. But I mean, the main question is, so what? What now? What are we gonna do now? That's the question. What do you do coming out of the bye? This bye week was probably the best timing ever, right? This was probably perfect timing for a bye week. But what do you do now? What do you do coming out of this bye week? Do you go get your edge rusher? I think you should get an edge rusher. What do you get? Yeah, Slay went private. Like, bruh, come on, man. How soft are we, bruh? How soft are we? Drew says, what up, Joe? This is on the coaches. I think it's on everybody. The coaches ain't out there missing tackles. Saquon gets a 65-yard run, almost a TD, and you go away from it afterward. How is that even possible? I don't get it. I don't either. I really don't get it. It feels like every time you get a little bit closer, they're like, all right, now we can do what we want. We all just want to run. We just want to throw it. We can get back to that. Let's just throw it again. No, bro. Play the damn game. Play the damn game. Like, it's annoying. Now it starts with the direct deposit every Tuesday. That's enough motivation for me to go out there and do my job. On God. Serious. You give me as much as they making, bro. I will be there bright and early. I'll be the first one in, last one out. And you can practice tackling. You've been practicing it since Pop Warner. So I really don't get it. Joe, where are the quick passes? Why are they running AJ and Smitty routes? Exactly. Why are we having long developing routes knowing we don't have Lane Johnson, knowing you don't have your top two wide receivers? Because we're stupid. JC. That's why, because we're stupid. It's annoying. How can Hurts minimize the amount of turnovers he gets per game? By being decisive. That's what it comes down to. I won't 100% put that strip fumble on him, but run the damn ball. You know your wide receivers ain't getting open. As soon as you say, like in a game like that, that's when you, they want to blame the weather now. Yeah, in a game like that, that's where you just say, hey, if I don't see something, I'm tucking and I'm running. That's the type of game you do it. You don't say, I got to get my guys a chance. No, you got to get A.J. Brown a chance. You got to get Devontae Smith a chance. You got to get Saquon Barkley a chance. Maybe Dallas Goedert, but I don't give a damn. I am not going to sit here and be like, oh, you got to go out there and give Jahan Dotson a shot. Sit in that pocket for 10 seconds so Jahan Dotson can get a shot. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Paris Campbell deserves a shot. I'm not saying that. John Ross, like, bruh. You basically had me out there at wide receiver. You basically had me, Marvin, JC, D. Aldridge. That's what you had. You had us out there. You had us out there at wide receiver. And you said, let me give him a shot. No, bro, run that damn ball. Again, I'm not going to put that on him 100%. I'm not going to put that 100% on him. I am kind of done with Slay. I respect him, and I think that he's had an amazing career, and he'll let you know. But I'm just so tired. I'm so tired of these people being so okay with mediocrity. And then giving me the same thing every single game. Oh, we're going to get better. Oh, we just got to be better. Oh, we just got to come together. When the mountains hill and the climb and the mountain with the sand and the trees with the ocean view and the birds never fly when their wings are shut the hell up. Go out there and play the damn game, bro. You've been telling me you're going to be good. You've been telling me you're going to get better for the past 2 years. We fired Chip Kelly after 2 playoff appearances. Nick, you are not safe. We fired Doug Peterson after our first Super Bowl win in franchise history. Doug, you're not safe. Figure it the hell out. And this is what I would do personally, because if I'm a man, and since Isaiah Rodgers wants to compare it to our regular jobs, right? I'm a manager, and if one of my employees or if all of my employees weren't doing the right thing, and my boss came to me and said, "Bruh, you know all your former, you're the guys that had your job prior to you. We fired their ass, and they had some good performance. But once it starts slipping, we fired their ass. I'm going to all my employees, and I'm be like, it's me or you. It's me or you. Darius Slay, it's me or you. You either gonna go out there and knock somebody's head off, or you gonna go out there and get traded. It's me or you, Jalen. You either gonna go out there and play your ass off, or you gonna get benched. It's me or you. McNabb got benched. McNabb got benched by the Eagles. It can happen. I'm not saying cut Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying trade him. I'm not saying he's the worst quarterback in the league. But sometimes you need a smack in the mouth to wake the hell up. Maybe that was what we got. Maybe against the Buccaneers, that's what we got. Maybe we got smacked in the mouth and we'll wake the hell up. But I don't believe it. I really don't right now. I really don't. How many times you need to get smacked in the mouth till you say, let me move my face? How many times? How many times do you have to get smacked in the mouth until you realize what you're doing is not working? I realized it. Pause. I don't know what I said, but pause. I'm just upset right now. I'm just upset. Why did the NFL send a request to Devin White to get a drug test? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe because they think he high on the sideline. I don't know. Once he retweeted the Levante David fumble, they were probably like, this man got to be high. This man got to be high. Does he not know where he is? You in Philly, dog. It's frustrating, man. It is very frustrating. It is very, very frustrating. Bev, let's get you a wrench real quick. If you want a wrench, just let me know. As long as y'all respectful, as long as y'all Eagles fans, even some non-Eagles fans, I give wrenches as long as they cool. Just let me know, Jonathan. Baby oil, what? What baby oil? Big Hurt season says, yeah, Nick needs to be fired and Hurts got to be held accountable. Yeah, I mean, everybody has to be. We can't just sit here and be like, but I like him. I like Jalen Hurts. I think he cool. I love his sayings. I think this was a really cool saying. Say what? So what? What now? I love that. He dresses really well. Seems like a good family man. I don't like losing football. I don't like losing football games. I'm sorry. That's more important to me right now. It's getting ugly, Nolan on Godwin. And that's the thing, man. We've talked about Vic Fangio, right? All offseason. Everybody was telling me, but we got the creator of the system. It's going to be way better now. No, it's not. The system's soft. That's it. John Moreau, what's going on? Says, good morning, brother. We may have needed this to regroup and get back on I can't talk. Offensive starters. I can't talk. Offensive starters not playing in preseason could be a culprit. At least they have a week to recoup. If Brandon sees that, he's gonna say, see, Brandon, my boy Brandon Jordan been saying that for a minute. Shaky B, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know who he is. But yeah, he's been saying that for a long time. Yeah. Jalen's too casual. Jalen's too casual in losses. I want to see him get mad. I want to see him smack somebody. I want to see him cut somebody out. That's what I want to see. But also I don't, because at the end of the day, he's part of the problem. It starts with Lurie. They need to allow football people to run the team. Like who, though? Like who? I see a lot of people saying they want Bill Belichick. I don't. I don't really want Bill Belichick. I'm going to be real with you. Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff got smacked the entire game. Yeah. And the thing is, you got Bryce Huff dropping in the coverage. You got him in the, hands out the dirt. Why? Why? You got him from the Jets, and he was playing forward tech, and he was playing hands in the dirt. He was, on the line. Why change that? It don't make sense. Hey, Jalen can get it too. We gave Carson these hands when he was having turnover problems, so Jalen can get it too. Pause. Facts. We got to keep it real. And look, I'm going to say it because nobody else is going to say it, and I probably can say it. Maybe I will stick it. But a lot of people are just like, if he wasn't a black quarterback, you wouldn't be talking junk about him. That makes zero sense. He's not playing well. He's not. He's been very, very inconsistent. Black, white, green, yellow, purple, orange. I don't care what color he is. He could be multicolored. He could be one of those, what's the, that changes colors, you know what I'm saying? I forget what it's called, gradient. He could be a gradient. He's not playing well. I don't care. I don't care. Anything's better than Nick. Not anything. I'll say that. Not anything. We could definitely have worse. I don't want Bill. I don't know who. I really don't know who would be that guy. I'm trying to think of people. Because I kind of want an offensive-minded guy. What about Ben Johnson from the Lions? He's still there. A chameleon. Yeah, he could be a chameleon. I don't care. I was thinking color shift because I do the epoxy resin. Yeah, he could be whatever. I don't care. Just be better. Be better on the football field. I don't care. But I kind of want an offensive guy. Yeah, race has nothing to do with it. Jalen is a good quarterback. You just got to be better. But I'm trying to, Ben Johnson. I'm not good with coaches. So I'm really, trying to think who could be some guys. Why did Vic Fangio defense have Will Smith covering? That's why we gave up on Hassan Reddick, because that's what he likes to do. But that's the system. That's the system that everybody was telling me was so good. Everybody was telling me so good. It's not. It is not at all. It is not at all. RD didn't show up. Offense had an excuse. Yeah, I mean, the offense had definitely an excuse. I mean, our defense was just bad. Vrabel, I've heard that sometimes. Kellen Moore, I would be interested to see if they would be willing to do that. But you got to give them the keys. You got to say, this is your offense now. Go do whatever you want. We can also blame coaches for trying to make Jalen a pocket passer. Yeah, I've been screaming that. They're trying to make Jalen something he's not. Hurts fumbles are connected to him holding the ball too long, 3.5 seconds, which is the last in the league among active starters. He needs a quarterback coordinator to help him release the ball faster. Yeah, and it's decisiveness. If you don't got something in 2 seconds, just run. Haul ass. Especially when you ain't got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I'm okay with you waiting 3 seconds if you got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith out there. If you want to run around a little bit and try and give them an extra second, I'm cool with that. But when you got guys like John Ross, you got guys like Paris Campbell, Jahan Dotson, those are your starters, and you want to run around? No, go, run. Go get 5 yards. Go get 6. Go get 2. I'm cool with that. What's going on, Ivy? What's going on? I didn't realize you were a channel member. Shout out to Ivy. I don't see your name much. Did you have a different name maybe? But either way, shout out to you. Morning, sorry I'm late. I'm all over the sacks on. I'm over all the sacks on the quarterback too. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of obviously not having your full offensive line, right? There has been some bad play from Cam Jurgens, and we have to be real about that. He's been a little bit inconsistent. There's been good play, and he's still young, so I like where he's headed. I think he's going to be a great player for us. But there has been some up and down. Sexy Red is our QB coach. Hey, yo. But, you look at Lane Johnson not being there. That's tough. You look at, Jalen Hurts holding the ball too long. That's tough. You have wide receivers. Okay, you changed your name. What was I going to say? You have wide receivers not getting open. So, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on with this. What's going on, Eagles girl? What's going on? Shane Steichen was willing to change the way Jalen Hurts mid-season in 2022, which got them to the Super Bowl. That's just great coaching. Yeah. With a riddled old line, I give those guys a break because they have to bring the lunch pail no matter what. Yeah, I mean, they do. They got to go out there and ball out either way. I mean, all things considered, our offensive line played bad last week, but, outside of that, they've been good. I mean, they've been all right. Jalen Hurts had a couple clean pockets where he just didn't make plays, too. Okay, all right, there we go. People changing their name got me confused. I'm like, what's going on? I'm simple. I'm slow. Y'all got to explain things to me. Y'all got to break it down for your boy. Kataya's mom said Jalen's best year 2022 came after he spent the offseason with Brady's QB coach. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. I'm not that much worried about the offense. It's the defense I'm pissed about. I'm right there with you. I think that the offense, once healthy, they'll figure it out. They'll be able to score. But the defense can't be giving up plays like that. They can't be missing every single tackle. That junk's getting annoying. Like, you're missing tackles. It's one thing if these guys are just making great plays, getting it to the right guy. Like everybody else was blocked up, but they found that one guy, or just they schemed it perfectly. It is what it is, but you're just missing tackles. We had so many plays for a loss that went for 10, 15 yards because we missed tackles. Richie says, what's going on with the Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson? Injured again. Hurts can't be a rushing quarterback at $200 million. Too much of an injury risk. Look what happened to the Eagles-Bears game. He is who he is. At the end of the day, he is who he is. So you got to utilize who he is. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. I know that sounds, it's not. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. He is a player. He's a football player. Because they're doing the same thing with Saquon. They don't want Saquon to get hurt, so they're trying to, minimize the risk. But bro, play football. Like, this is football. Like, this is football. If you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hurt, and it's unfortunate. It's a terrible part of the game. Go out there and play football. I'm not gonna sit here and babysit these players. You're getting $200 million. If you get injured, you're gonna be all right. Simple as that. Slay's not serious at all. After Game 4, it appears Washington and Dallas will be ahead of the Eagles in the division. Too much mess going on. All right, Jonathan, I don't know if you're an Eagles fan. I'm assuming you are. But I want to answer this because I keep hearing this from Cowboys fans like, oh, y'all in third place. Bro, it is week 4. All right, they're literally flexing off of a half-game lead because they played a division game against the Giants, and we didn't. Anyways, I'm going to move on from that. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense flexing over a half-game lead. You want a cookie? You want a cookie? I don't got a cookie for you. No, Castro, I understand the sentiment. We did the same thing with Vic. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Go out there and play ball. That's it. Go out there and play ball. If you don't want to play ball, go the hell home. That's it. I'm not... No more coddling these dudes, man. No more of that. I'm so tired of them coddling these players. Like, bruh, go out there and play football or go home. Like, I don't know, man. I had more fight on the sidelines, I feel like. I had more fight on the sidelines of the game than they did in the game. I was screaming at every Tampa Bay Bucks fan I could see. I was screaming at them. And my girl was like, chill, you got to humble yourself a little bit. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not humbling myself. I'm not humbling. My bad. I got to fix something on the back end, but I'm not humbling myself. And none of us should. None of us should. We thought this was going to be a great year. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say dream team. This wasn't the dream team, okay? But I'm tired of looking lost. I'm tired of looking like we don't know what's going on. I'm tired. I'm up and tired, man. I'm up and tired. But yeah, let me know if y'all like this shirt, man. Let me know if y'all like this shirt. So what? What now? I felt it's kind of like blurry because of the camera, but so what? What now? If y'all like it, let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll start selling them or something. I don't know. Something good got to come out of this week. Maybe it's just a quote. It's the only good thing that came out of it this week. Hurts has 42 fumbles and 38 interceptions and 62. Damn, does he really? He's had one of the top. Does he really? He don't have no 42 fumbles. Does he really? I'm going to look that up. I'm sorry. There's no right way. I know he has a lot, but that's a lot. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, he does have 38 interceptions. Where's the fumbles? I want to see the fumbles. Hold up. Yeah, he really does have 41 fumbles. Every 7 games, he has 11 fumbles. Or no, every 17 games. And so every season, he's averaging 11 fumbles. He had 9 fumbles every single year and 5 already this year. Wow. Maya Angelou said one thing that I think we should all maybe take into account. Maya Angelou once said, wait, Dana said, I like the shirt I told you about to pull up Design Space and plug my heat press in. I think, damn, I didn't realize it was 41 fumbles. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't look at the number. Damn. But anyways, Maya Angelou once said, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Has Jalen Hurts maybe showed us who he is? I will say, to play devil's advocate, when you're asked to do a lot more, you are put into a lot more risk, right? There's a lot more risk. But god dang. 41. 41. That's a lot. That's a lot. Damn. Molly, I'll give you a moderator. Damn. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot, bro. Damn, I didn't realize it was that many. And more than half of them have been lost. Damn, that just changed like the whole vibe of the show. I'm mad now. Yeah, I mean, bro, it's the whole damn team. Jason Kelsey said it. I know he wasn't talking about this, but it is. It's the whole damn team, man. That's really bad. Hurts looking like Carson. I ain't gonna say that. Damn. Ivy said those numbers will put things into perspective, won't they? They definitely do. They definitely do. That's damn. That's a lot, man. I really didn't realize it was that many. I don't know why. Like, I was frustrated with the fumbles, but now I'm like, I'm kind of scared, bro. That's a lot. You can't blame that on other people. That's just... Wow. No fundamentals anywhere on this team. Shout out to my guy, Black Gritty. If y'all don't follow Black Gritty, go subscribe to his YouTube channel. If y'all don't already follow him, that's my guy, man. Makes some amazing content. And I know he's tired of Nick. So I know he's ready for Nick to go. Without A.J. Brown, the Eagles are a 500 team or less. Yeah, easily. I mean, and definitely without A.J. and Smitty. Damn, that's a lot. He holds the ball. He needs to hold the ball with both hands when he scrambles. Pause. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things he can do to fix that, but damn, that's a lot. So then does it become a plan to find a starting quarterback? Remember, he came to this team on purpose to be a backup before Carson Wentz gave up. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're in the... And this is... I've been thinking about this. All right, I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want people to be like, oh my God, really? Right? You're a hater. If there's a lot of good quarterbacks in this draft coming out. There's a lot. There's like 5 or 6, to be real with you, that are good quarterbacks that could possibly be franchise guys. Some of them are a little bit more hyped than others. Like, I feel some type of way about some guys. Like, I think that they're a little bit overhyped. I don't necessarily like them, but that's a different story for a different time. But if somebody, and this is probably not, it most likely won't happen, but if somebody drops like a Drew Aller or a Carson Beck because, of how things are going right now, which I don't like Carson Beck, or Shador because they just are afraid of the off-field stuff, or, if one of these guys falls to the second round, do you take a swing? Dikembe Mutombo died? Nah, Dikembe Mutombo passed? And people need to stop bringing up Brian Johnson, bro. He ain't got nothing to do. Dang, he was only 58. Rest in peace to Dikembe, man. That is horrible, man. Rest in peace, man. That's sad. That's definitely sad. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 36 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Chief Queese, what's going on? He said, what's goody, Joe? Been a minute since I seen you live. Besides that, we are my boy. Just embarrassing. It is, bro. It really is. I feel like a real coach can fix Jalen. I agree. Yeah, I'm not that high on Sanders. Just because of the off-field stuff. I don't think... Like, Caleb Williams, I wasn't high on because I just felt like he had a terrible attitude. I felt like he was going to give it. He reminded me so much of Jay Cutler. Like, just the attitude. Like, I felt like he thought he was better than everybody. Caleb Williams still has time to get better. But, we'll see what happens. That is sad. He was amazing working Africa. Yeah. He haven't had a real coach for him. No stability. Yeah. Yeah, that's really sad to lose to Kembe, man. God bless him, man. God bless his family. I hope they all right. That's a tough loss, man. That's a tough loss. He played for the Sixers. I know that's why y'all like him. I know y'all like him because he played with the Sixers. Didn't he go to the... Was that the year that Allen Iverson basically willed y'all to the championship? Was that the year? I'm friends with Sanders on social media. He doesn't do anything out of the ordinary online. Just a lot of God thankful posting and occasional flash with him and his dad. Normal stuff meets mentoring. That's what I think it is. And I think that Shedeur Sanders reminds me a lot about like these young kids now in basketball. Like if you look at these young kids in basketball, now they're playing with their dad as their coach. They're never really in a real system like where they have to play as a team. So I think that's going to hurt him. I think playing with his dad is going to hurt him. And I don't think that his dad's a bad coach necessarily, but when your dad's the coach, they tend to give you a little bit more leniency. I don't know if that's the case. I just don't think that it's the smartest. Not everyone can handle Philly pressure. Yeah, Justin Herbert had a meltdown yesterday, but people think we can just flip top paid quarterbacks over and over. Facts. You know, look, this is my final thought. At the end of the day, the Eagles looked terrible yesterday. We are on bye week. It's time to get healthy. It's time to look forward. So what now? Nobody's going to give a damn about our loss. Nobody's going to give us any cookies. Nobody's going to give us any flowers. Nobody's going to give us a win just because we feel bad about ourselves. So what? What now? What do you do now? How do you fix this? Nick, I'm looking at you. Howie, I'm looking at you. Jeffrey, I know you don't really necessarily do too much, but make sure those two do what the hell they're supposed to do. Vic, I'm looking at your old ass. Slay, I'm looking at your soft ass. Pause. That was pause. Let's rewind that. Slay, I'm looking at you. Okay, I'm just going to say that. CGJ, I'm looking at you. Who else? Devin White, I'm looking at you. Jalen Hurts, I'm looking at you. It's time that we wake the hell up. Nolan Smith, I'm looking at you. Bryce Huff, I'm looking at you. It's time to wake up. It's time to go out there and play Philly football. Run the ball and knock heads off. That's all we want. It's not too much. I'd rather go 3 and out the first 3 drives and you run the ball. If we go 3 and out the first 3 drives, that's 9 plays, taking out the 4th downs, right? If you run the ball 4 out of those 9 times, 5 out of those 9 times, and we go 3 and out every single time, I'm okay with that right now. I'm okay with that. Show me that you have the propensity to change who you are and go heavy with the run. If you do that, I'm cool. If you do that, I am cool. Great advertising. Yeah, but definitely pause. Definitely pause. That was my bad, y'all. Jalen is fine, Joe. If Kellen is given total control and Nick gets out the way, we'll be okay. Yeah, did you mean to rhyme that whole thing? Like that, literally that whole thing rhymed. Yeah, we do need pass rush. We do need pass rush. That's my thought. Sirianni still has way too much control. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you're still here, leave what you're thinking in the comments. I'll try and make a video, maybe going over. If you leave a comment and tell me your 3-step plan, what you would do coming out of the bye. Leave it in the comments after this live, and I'll read whatever ones come up and maybe make a full video on all of them if it's enough. If not, maybe I'll just read them here on live Wednesday when we come back. But other than that, man, I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Thank you so much for the chat. Keeping this live. If you are watching it live on YouTube, we're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes Saturday and Sunday. Tonight we will be live for Best of Enemies as well. If you did not catch it live, you may be listening to it on iHeartMedia, Fox Sports, Gambler. Definitely go check us out on YouTube as well. But I appreciate it again. I can't thank you guys enough. Other than that, y'all know what it is. And y'all know at some point what it's going to be. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. And if you know it, say it with me. Peace, guys. Peace. I'm hurt. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.